Welcome to the next lesson in your SEO mastery course. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about off-page SEO. So let's get started. So what is off-page SEO? Optimization that is done outside of your website is generally referred to as off-page SEO. So if you are watching this lesson right now, I hope you have already completed the on-page SEO module before this. So since you have completely understood what are all the factors involved in on-page optimization, you would have observed that most of the activities that we do in on-page optimization is on the site as the name suggests. So with off-page, we are going to do a lot of activities outside of your website. So these activities are supposed to be done by your users. You can also do some of these activities, but in an ideal world, if you are having a very nice website and if you are just publishing content and distributing it, what happens is that off-page SEO happens by itself. And that's what I have observed with my own blog. With digitaldeepak.com, I have never proactively done a lot of link building activities or any off-page SEO activities, but the search engine optimization of my website has been very good in terms of on-page. And since I have been doing good distribution and publishing good content and taking care of my users, the off-page SEO has mostly happened automatically. So in on-page SEO optimization, these are basically the signals sent by the webmasters to the Google search engine, and this we do by using the Google Search Console. So I hope you have completed the Google Search Console module in module 2, and you basically understand that on-page SEO is linked with Google Search Console, and it is the webmasters that is sending relevancy signals to the search engine. But here in off-page SEO, we are basically sending quality signals by the users to the search engine. So what you are doing is that you are not sending these signals, but your users are sending these signals. So if you take a look at the latest article that I published on my blog about SEO, I mentioned the difference between on-page and off-page, where on-page is basically relevancy signals sent by webmasters and off-page is basically quality signals sent by the users. So if you have a good quality content and if you are distributing it, what happens is that backlinks, social shares and other off-page things that are involved in the search engine optimization happens automatically, right? Your users are going to do it for you and you need not do it yourself. So when you look at the different things involved in off-page optimization, basically we are going to get more backlinks to our website. We are going to get more social shares. We are going to get more brand searches on Google. So basically if your brand becomes popular, then people are going to search for your brand directly on Google. For example, the brand Digital Deepak is now a little bit known than what it was a few years back. So instead of people searching for different keywords and landing on my site, now they are coming to Digital Deepak directly by searching for Digital Deepak. So here if brand searches go up, then your off-page optimization or off-page SEO also goes up. User behavior on the site is again a quality signal which is sent by the users and not completely in your control. So even if it is happening on your site, it's basically outside of your control. So if someone is coming to your website and spending a lot of time on your website, and generally if your visitors have less bounce rate, which means that they don't leave your website within 10 seconds of visit, and if they are visiting a lot of pages for every visit that they are coming for every session, so one session is defined as time spent by 30 minutes by a unique user. So if they are visiting a lot of pages in a single session, then that is also an off-page SEO quality signal that is sent to the search engines. So by far, when you compare all these off-page SEO techniques, the most important factor is quality backlinks. So you have to go and develop quality backlinks for your site, and that is something you can do yourself to increase the popularity of your website, not in a manipulative way, not in a black hat SEO way, but in a white hat method. If you do natural link building, you will have a distributed anchor text, you will have a lot of brand links pointing back to you, and you will have relevant page links. For example, you can go ahead and do some guest posting on different blogs. And if you are publishing an article about a particular topic, you can reach out to other bloggers who are blogging about the same topic, and you can ask them to link back to your site. And usually if you ask around 10 people, 1 or 2 people will link back to your site. This is more from the angle of helping the users of their website to find relevant and more quality content, and it is not just to increase backlinks to your site. So you have to maintain a good balance of what kind of link building that you are doing. So if you are doing link building in such a way that it is not useful for the users, but it is useful only for you in terms of getting more links back to your site, then that is not going to be very beneficial for you. But you can do backlinking in a way that it is useful for the users, and you can do backlinking in a way that it is increasing the brand popularity of your website. For example, I recently published articles on yourstory.com and entrepreneur.com, and Your Story and Entrepreneur will give a link back to my site. So this is more for branding, where people will discover my website and brand, and less for just the focus of getting the links, right? So when you maintain a good balance of branding and link building, and this is what will help you in the long term. So this kind of link building is what is accepted by the search engines. So in the further lessons in the same module, we will talk more about different types of link building strategies that we can use. And these link building strategies are very focused, and I will give you bite-sized information of different tactics and strategies that you can follow. But in general, as an overall perspective of SEO, I would recommend that you let off-page SEO happen on its own. Instead of you trying to do off-page SEO, let it happen on its own. What you can focus is building your brand, letting more people discover your content by doing list building, following an integrated digital marketing approach, letting more users know about your brand, and eventually off-page SEO is something that will take care of itself. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next lesson.